This is BoomBug with a SuperQuantum deck profile. 3 blue layer, 3 green layer, 3 red layer, and 3 Alphen. Now, these are the only monsters in the main deck because they're all that I've seen the deck really needs. Because when blue layer is normal or special summon, you can get a SuperQuant card from your deck to your hand. And when it's sent to the grave, you can recycle up to 3 SuperQuant cards to your deck from your graveyard. Green layer, when it's normal summoned, you can special summon a SuperQuant card from your hand. Well, normal or special summoned, you can special summon a SuperQuant card from your hand. When it's sent to the grave, you can discard another SuperQuant monster to draw 1 card, and you'll get that grave effect as well, as long as it's not Alphen, because he doesn't work that way. But if it's any of these 3, you can't, unless it's green itself, because you only get the effect once per turn. So you'd want to discard blue or red. Red, when it's normal summoned, you get to add a SuperQuant card in your graveyard to your hand. And if it's into the graveyard, you can special summon a SuperQuant monster from your graveyard, except for red layer. Alphen, you can equalize some of your levels, make them all the same as whatever your target SuperQuantum on the field is. And you can tribute Alphen to bring out one of each of these and have your opponent randomly choose one for you to summon. Then you'll get their effect. You discard from the field here. To use its effect, you discard, then you target a SuperQuantum monster you control, exceed summon over that with 1 material. You'll get your grave effect from whatever you send if you've sent a SuperQuantum monster. And then you can attach to that monster, because of these monsters' effects, you can attach a SuperQuantum monster from your field or your hand to it as exceed material. And you can also destroy this card while you have one of each of these on field or in grave. So you have to have all 3, but one of each, to exceed summon that with those as the material. Get your Great Magnus out. E-Tellied to go into blue to kick off a lot of plays. Like I like doing E-Telly into blue, search for red, tribute, go to red, then exceed summon into Magnalagger. Where returning alive is just to add red layer back to your hand, so I only have 1. Soul Charge, self-explanatory. Raigeki, self-explanatory. Reasoning, you can hopefully summon off of it, but even if you don't, you will also very, very probably get grave effects from what you've sent to the graveyard. 1 for 1 to discard into Alphen to get Alphen's effect. Terraforming to add the field. Upstart Goblin to fill a space. And I play Quaking Mirror Force over all the others because I just like what it does so much more, because it doesn't go back to the extra, doesn't get destroyed, so it doesn't go to the grave because a lot of things go for that, doesn't go back to the hand, so it just stays on the field, and it puts it in face down defense and they can't flip it back up. Solemn Strike, 3 of them, stop special summons. 2 Oasis of Dragon Soul, 2 Call of the Haunted, so it's basically 4 Call of the Haunted. The Torrential Tribute is so you can blow up the field and get your grave effects. I would do it on either turn, because if my opponent had a lot of big monsters out, I'd Torrential Tribute, then I'd get my grave effects, be able to bring something new out. A whole lot of stuff there. Bottomless Trap Hole, when you know what to do with that. Call of the Haunted, already talked about that. Safe Zone, equip it to one of your monsters, and then it's even harder to get over, and then when it finally is gotten over, you'll get your grave effect. Now on to the extra deck. 3 Grampulse, 3 Ouroboros, 2 Magnalagger. You could go with 3 Magnalagger. It'd be perfectly fine. I just go with 2 because I like to have these other options in here. Grampulse pops 1 back row from a discard, which will then, when it's discarded, you'll get that material's grave effect. Discard off of this. You'll get to set one of their monsters face down defense, get the grave effect from it you detached. Detach from this, destroy one of their monsters to get your grave effect. And you can destroy your field card, the Magna Carrier, to get to Great Magnus by having 1 of each of these. I think I've already said this. 1 of each of these, or you just gotta have 1 of each, so all 3 of them. and then you'll get to the Great Magnus. And then the last 5 here are self-explanatory: the Chu Castel, the 101, the Cowboy, and the Dweller. And in the extra deck to stop Monarchs, we have side deck to stop Monarchs, we have 2 Mask of Restrict, and to get over Cyber Dragons, because that was a bigger problem before, but now that Ptolemaeus is hit, it's not as much of a problem, but you will still probably run into Cyber Dragons. So I have 2 of these. That way I can get over their Infinity or any other problem Cyber Dragon they have out by going into Chimera Tech Fortress. Then I have my own Infinity and Nova, so I can make it if I get the chance, because it's just a really, really good card. And the deck may look a little cloggy, and it can be sometimes, but this is the way I like to play it, and it's really fun for me. So thank you for watching, and have a great day.